you can, it's like some Protestants can't walk down Catholic streets without like literally getting
Like there's a
battered.
wall. There's a wall that's like separating.
It's like the Berlin Wall, like the North Wall.
Do you know what your parents think about it?
Oh, my dad hates Irish people because of it, yeah.
Okay,
Because
so
his granddad was like, he hated it. It's like a past.
One great granddad fought.
What's peace say? But 99.5% of the population are for peace now, and I think the time for war is gone, the time for violence is gone, and I think we all, our governments, Irish government, the Stormont government and the British government, and with the help of America as well and the European Union, we need to drive towards peace at all costs, because not a single more life should be lost over it.
Now with the marching season, we have the Loyalists, the Orange Men, the Protestant community. It's their history. It's their way of telling people who they are as being British. You see, they're British here. Now, because they're marching through Catholic areas, and the reason for marching through Catholic areas as far as Catholics are concerned, they're saying it's triumphalistic. So what you then have is people in them areas come out to protest. So in other words, you're saying you're not marching through our area. As Protestants and Orange Men alike would say, no, we are British, this is our country, and we have a right to march the Queen's Highway, which they do. Do you know what I mean? The problem here is trying to compromise and get both communities to find some way of doing this without bringing this country.
Where I'm from is a little bit more because you're getting closer to the border. But if I went, say, up to Dundalk or Newry, which is right on the border towns, then you'll notice that there's a little bit more tension around there.
okay.
Yeah. My mom is from Forholdet, which is one of the most heavily Protestant areas of Northern Ireland, but she's actually Catholic, so she grew up in that.
Okay.
So it's that kind of places, that's where all the flashpoints are. That's where they were. If you go up to Belfast, you'll see that there's a lot of bunting still, and there's a lot of flag waving and stuff. Like you're literally going down one street, and then you're British flags, and then you're literally 2 minutes later, and then you've got Irish flags everywhere. So there's a lot of flag waving and stuff,
Okay.
Yeah, well, everywhere you turn in Belfast and Derry, you'll see some form of commemoration of the Troubles. There's so many murals that you won't believe it, right? They're just like all over West Belfast and in East Belfast as well.
2 years ago, coming this July, there's an orange band, an orange lodge marches down a particular road, and it marches through a Catholic area. And it was allowed to do that. It has been doing that for years, but it always has caused problems. 2 years ago, somebody decided to ban the parade going back the way it came. So when they came to a specific point, they were stopped by the police. And that led to violence because the Orange Men wanted and Loyalists wanted to march back the way they came. So you have Loyalists having violence and Republicans having violence. If you go back 20 years ago, 25 years ago, there wasn't as many taxi drivers in the city of Belfast as there is today. And these drivers that are now working in the city after the ceasefires, some people nickname them ceasefire drivers, were never driving a taxi during the Troubles the way I was. I've been driving a taxi in this city for about 30 years this year.
Okay.
And I've drove through the Troubles, I've had close shaves, I've had different things, I've lost friends. I'm no different to anybody else, but the job itself, the nature of the taxiing was very dangerous, because if people wanted a taxi driver either to hijack him or kill him, all they have to do is lift the telephone and ring them, and they come to the people. And many a young Catholic has been murdered that way. Many young Protestant, especially at the start of the Troubles, was also kidnapped or murdered or attempted murders. What happens on one side happens on both sides. There's no two sides, in my opinion, worse than the other. The atrocities do get bad, and every time we have an atrocity, people go, oh, it can't get any worse. But then another atrocity happens, and it's as worse as bad as the last one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why thankfully this is over.
accent, yeah.
Very loud.
Distinct
loud.
accent.
A lot of words in one sentence.
Mainly Protestants. There is Catholics, but it's mainly Protestants. And they believe in, like, they all believe in that the Queen is the best, and we have nothing to do with the Queen at all. So that's a big difference, you know.